Welcome back to What Are Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T92 HMC. It's the Tier 10 American SPG located on the southwest spawn of Glacier. This one is under the command of Husqvarrna. Now, I'll be very interested to see how he gets on in this one. Game on! Now, I'm not sure how long Husqvarrna has actually had the T92. He doesn't have any marks on it at the moment, so I suspect that he hasn't had it that long. The standard reload for this Arty is 46.98 seconds. At least I think it's 9.8. Yep, it is. And he's got a reload of 38.93. And it's gone up behind the rock. Okay, he's ready to go. Okay, he's looking towards the center. He's loaded. In fact, he's found a target. It's a Tessac right at the center line, but the Tessac pulls back. I think he knew that he'd outstayed his welcome. But there's still that other tank. There's a T57 Heavy down there as well. And that was the original one he was after. Now the T57, yep, there he is. Line him up. And he's just fired his rounds. Looks like he's pulling back to reload. He stops. Nail him. Rounds out. Direct hit right in the side. 382 hit points of damage. Hit the tracks area, so obviously that would have moderated some of the damage. Now the T92 HMC, it's the biggest gun in the game actually. 24 centimeters, doing 1100 alpha, 60 millimeters of pen, 12.4 meters on the blast radius, between 14 and 35 seconds of stun. So it's a big one, but it does have a big reload as well. As we've already mentioned, the reload 38.93 at the moment he's got. He's loaded. He's ready. He was dialing in on a Leopard. He's fired blind and he got a direct hit. Wow, the Leopard was still there. He got spotted. He waited until he was unspotted, but he stayed in the same spot and he took a hit. He's not going to be a happy bunny at the moment because he's probably lost a lot of hit points. Meanwhile, we're seeing some pretty awful action going on the ring road. And, well, the enemy just lost a 60 TP. But our Manticore was very, very close to him at the time. And now we've got a batch at 25 ton. Now we're almost loaded. He stopped. He's turning around. Looks like he's going to depart. Fire ahead of his path. Rounds out. Direct hit! And that was a penetrating shot. 1,046 hit points of damage with an HE round. That happens to be a low roll actually. A low roll penetration. Batch at 25 tons do not have much in the way of armor. And you can see there's the Leopard he hit earlier with a blind hit. And he's lost a chunk of hit points as well. It looks to be that he's lost about 500 hit points. So yes, it might be that Leopard. It's way down. Okay, we're loaded again. And he gets another direct hit. This time on the strib. The Leopard was stunned by that shot as well. You can see, and he's just lost some hit points. So we picked up some stun assist off that one as well. So Husqvarna's started off with a really good game. And he's hitting these enemy tanks really hard. If you ever see a tank which has actually got light armor, like a Batchat, like anything, or even other tanks like Stribs, remember you can penetrate these in Arty. Oh, he got another direct hit, but it wasn't a penetrating shot because you could see the damage was actually to the far edge of the vehicle where the tracks are. So it probably was absorbed by most of the tracks. But of course, the Striv uses his tracks to aim his gun. Okay, we've got enemy EBR moving around the pits, the hot pits. Okay, we think he's over there. Fires one into the bushes just in case he's still around. Be quite like a light tank to knock a tree down. Just sit there in the bush because there's not much he can do as a player except spot. And in fact, he is still in that general area because we can see him. He's still showing up, but he's very, very low on hit points, and somebody just finished him off. A Type 71 got him. Tier 10 game, only Tier 10 tanks. He's looking at the moment for the enemy Arty, which is a GWE-100. Anticipating he's over in this area of the map. Looking for the tracer. Now, Arty trick is to sometimes switch off all your visuals, and then as you're looking, it becomes much clearer when you see the tracer, because the tracer will show up, the visuals won't. And the moment you see that tracer, you switch the visuals back on again and you can aim. Not all players know about that. If you're not a regular Arty player, you probably wouldn't have thought about just switching off all your visuals, but it sometimes works very, very well. Of course, it also helps if you're an Arty player to have good peripheral vision. That is, you're concentrating on one spot, but you're also looking wise-eyed, eyes wide open for any signal that the enemy is in that neighborhood. The moment you see that tracer, well, he fires his round in on the strip, he stunned him, and the guy did take some damage. Only 36 hit points from a splash, but it was the stun that we were trying to get on him. Oh, he's taking more damage now. Now, I'm just having a quick look just in case he could spot one of the other enemies. There's another bat chat on the enemy team. Or is there another bat chat? Yes, there are two of them. Okay. T110E4 rocking backwards and forwards on that spot. Decides not to shoot though because he wants the strip. There's the strip. Lined him up. Dialing in fully. Can't see him, but he fires the round in. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see if that one hit the target. But he's now going in after the Leopard 1. Now, there's two Leopard 1s on the enemy team in this one as well. I think our bat chat is now hunting him. Now, this is the second Leopard. The other one's slightly better player. Rounds out. Oh, we pulled back quick, but he did take some splash and he got stunned. That bat chat's definitely trying to do a job. He's trying to spot where the enemy is. Okay, there's C4. He's on the ring road. Can we get a shot on target? We're almost loaded. Rounds out. Well, 173 hit points, but unfortunately, we just lost our Foch-B to their Leopard. See, the shell landed a little distance away. That was RNG. So we've got 2 stun rounds left. And then we're going to be on to the non-stun HE. The Leopard 1 goes down. So the Leopard, the Batchat 25 ton did do a good job there because he managed to spot. Oh, now we know where the enemy Arty is. He's just fired in from the corner. So we do know he's over in this direction. We're looking over in the corner and see some trees have been knocked down, but more than few, which indicates he was making a nest for himself. Okay, we've lost sight of that T110E4. And yes, we've just spotted the batch at 25 ton. That's the one I think that we hit up the rear, but he goes down and taken out by our Jaegeru. There's the E4. He's actually got quite a long way around the map. And unfortunately, he just killed the... no, actually, it was their GWE-100 that killed the Jaegeru. So 2 enemy tanks are now down in the south, and the GW and a Leopard are up in the north. There's only 5 left on the enemy team, but we've only got 6. He's looking around for a target. The E4 should be spotted by the Bosch. If he tries to come down near our cap area, he might be spotted. But we've no guarantee of that at the moment. He has to get past the Foch. Nope. Nobody spotting in that general direction. Becomes very frustrating for Arty players if the enemy's not spotted at all. You can't hit them. The enemy is now spotted. Here's the E4. Rounds out. Direct hit! Well, that one worked that time. Somebody's picked up some spotting assist off that one. Unfortunately, some of the players are getting blamed for not being active, but I think that may be down to the fact they disconnected or they reconnected. There's the E4. He is a one-shot. And there's the Striv as well. Now, this will be interesting. We're loaded. We're just ready to shoot. And before we do shoot, the Striv goes down. In fact, we were loading the extra stun HE because we don't have any standard shells left, standard stun. So we're loading the non-stun HE, not the extra stun, extra HE. So only 4 left. We've got Leopard up in the north. He's spotted. Remember, the GWE-100 is in there as well. We just saw a tree go down, and that could be the GW. In fact, they're nest building. There's the Leopard. Line him up. Oh, and he goes. So that means now any trees knocked down in that area must be the GW. And the Concept 5 and the T110E5 are going to go in there and try and find him. And they found him. He is in there. Well, they get first dibs. In fact, they've just found and killed the batch at 25 ton. And it's just the GW left. And he's running, but he's running straight into another of our batch ats. And in fact, it's the Concept who gets him in the end. Oh! That was a penetrating shot from an armor-piercing round. And it took out the E4 by hitting him in the engine bay, and that wins the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a second-class tanker for Husqvarrna in the T92 HMC. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7 in that game. And he got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle. But I'm afraid there was no Confederate because he only actually managed to hit 5 and kill 1. His win rate on the game, 4,088, which is super Unicum standard and a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see he definitely got the highest damage on his team with 4,137, but the highest damage in the game actually belonged to one of the Batchats who got 4,434 hit points of damage. Now, was that Batchat the same one that he put a penetrating shot in during the game? No, it was the other one. He's the one took a 1,046 hit point penetrating shot into his rear. And there's the E4. He took a penetrating shot right up his engine bay as well. 967 hit points. Mind you, he did take more than one hit. He got 2 stuns, so he took 2 HE rounds during that battle. The Leopard 1 actually got hit 3 times by stun shells, so you can see 3 stuns caused, and that was 688 hit points. But going back to the team score, we can see the highest number of kills in the game turned out to be our Batchat 25 ton, who managed 3 kills. 2 kills went to the E5, the Type 71, the Jaegeru, and the Concept 5, and only the Leopard 1s on the enemy team actually managed to get kills in that game, 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, we can see it's the Batchat 25 ton. He got 1,008. The Type 71 got 915. He picked up a Confederate. The E5 managed to get 857, and he got a steel wall. And then we've got Husqvarrna, who managed to get 760, 4th place. And of course, he picked up the Gauze medal. He fired only 13 rounds, so 3 rounds left at the end of the game. 7 direct hits, 2 penetrations. One of those, of course, on the E4, which was an armor-piercing round. I didn't see him switch ammunition there because we were focusing on which ones he was trying to go after next. We were looking for the enemy vehicles, but he managed to craftily change his ammo from the extra non-stun HE into the armor-piercing round. 9 splashes during that game, 4,137 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 5 the enemy, killed 1, and got 397 hit points of stun assist of 10 stuns. Now, on a premium count, he actually made a profit of 6,720 credits from the game, even though he had to pay consumables at full price. He also picked up 5 bonds for this being tier 10, and 2,280 experience points out of it as well. So it does help sometimes to change to the right ammunition. And this case, changing to the AP actually did help to get rid of that E4. But of course, I'm afraid no chance of getting the Confederate at this one because of the number of tanks he hit. But it was a good game. He did get a medal out of it as well. And he did score very nicely indeed, the highest damage on his team. Hope you enjoyed this replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.